All I had was the hope that I had learned about previously at church and the hope that there's forgiveness. I was baptized in the Catholic Church. I went to Sunday school. We went to church every Sunday. No matter how tired we were, we went to church every Sunday. But it was church, and then there was not much talked about after church or during the week. I didn't really know the Bible stories or anything like that. So I would say I was in the church, but not following Christ. And then in high school, I was part of a youth group type thing. And through that youth group, I served, and I thought I was connected, and I thought I was becoming a Christian. I thought I had accepted Jesus into my heart, but I was not like living like a Christian. I was looking for acceptance, and I was looking for love in places that I shouldn't have been. I wanted to feel beautiful and good enough. I always wanted to feel good enough for somebody, no matter what. And so that was kind of in high school, and it definitely followed me to college, where I started drinking heavily and getting involved with activities I shouldn't have been. But I was still doing the church stuff. So I was leading middle school girls, small group. I was leading worship for the college ministry. I was plugged into all this church stuff, but then it's like I had this like secret side life where I was still searching for purpose. I still needed people to tell me that I was loved, and it didn't matter the cost. I was willing to make whatever poor choice it was in order to feel that way, even if it was for 5 minutes and then feel crappy. And my husband, now husband, boyfriend at the time, authentically loved me for me. I didn't have to be anything other than myself. And so we were together for about a year when it just wasn't enough. My addictive mindset went back to what I had been doing before, and I went searching for something more. I was selfish and I was lost. And so for about 5 years, that pattern continued, and he just continued to love me. And in 2019, we got married, and everything was great until it all came crashing down, and all my secret life was exposed. And I was in the darkest part of my life. And now I was really searching for something, because I had nothing. And he stayed at our house, and I went and stayed with my parents. And my mom and I were driving to Walmart, and the song Rescue by Lauren Daigle came on the radio. And it hit me like a ton of bricks when it said, "I'll send out an army to rescue you," in the middle of the darkest time. And I think the song hit me as the only thing left is Jesus. The only thing left is God. That's the only thing I can grasp onto right now, because I had nothing. All I had was the hope that I had learned about previously at church, and the hope that there's forgiveness. Moving forward, I started going to church with my parents and just really reflecting on my life and how I wanted to live it in the coming time. And during that time, my husband had to leave to go be with his brother from a medical issue. And while he was in the hospital, he opened the drawer and found the prayer Bible. He'd never really even opened a Bible in his life. And he called me and said we were going to work on this together and move forward together. That next Sunday, we decided to come to church at Grace. And that Sunday was the Sunday that they were launching pilot groups. And so we were like, well, what do we have to lose? It was a tough decision, but we came to the pilot group, and we showed up, and we sat at the table and started sharing testimonies. And one of the other people volunteered to go first, and their testimony was identical to what we were going through, literally at that moment in time. After that hour and a half, we went back and got in the car and looked at each other, and we're like, what are the odds of what we're going through and sitting down at this church thing that neither of us really thought we wanted to go to. With these people we don't know, what are the odds of it being the exact same? And in that moment, we just decided this is where we're meant to be. And in the last year and a half since coming to the first pilot group, we started coming to Grace regularly. We continued meeting in community group with the people we met through the pilot group, and they've become like mentors to us. We have changed our relationship to a Christ-centered relationship where we feel our relationship has more of a purpose. We feel that our story is nothing but a work of God. And sitting at church, just in awe of how much God had done in our relationship and taken something so tragic and moved it to something so beautiful. And we were expecting a baby, and she's here, and we can't wait to raise her in a home that's Christ-centered. Bringing her to church, sharing the gospel with her, things that God has shown us and taught us as He's healed our relationship and shown forgiveness in our lives, and teaching her those things as she grows.